Good evening, friends and family. Welcome to Greenbelt Baptist Church. My name is Michael Cooney, and I am honored to be your MC and host this evening. I would like to begin the evening by thanking Greenbelt Baptist Church for loaning us the space and the piano, and I would also very much like to thank Robin Pitts for donating the free tuning for the piano. As many of you know, Greenbelt is a wonderful place. And it's a wonderful place for many reasons. And one reason that's very close to my heart is the community of musicians that live, perform, and celebrate music and life in this town. And we are very, very fortunate in that regard. And we're bringing a small sample of those to the stage for you this evening. We bring this community together to support a family that's extremely important to music in our town, and who is much beloved by everyone in this town. Enough talking, let's get to the music. Our first act is well known here in Greenbelt, and we are very, very happy to have them up on stage. So please make a warm welcome for Chris Cherry and Stefan Brodd.
Good evening. When I first got the program for tonight's concert, jam-packed with Greenbelt talent, I thought to myself, Ann Gardner has wisely decided to get the lowbrow entertainment over with. So in a spirit of shameless promotion, I'm going to sing two songs from the upcoming Creative Kids Camp show, Memory Quest in Central Park. In this play, a group of young cousins goes from place to place in Central Park, taking pictures and videos and singing songs, attempting to revive memories for their grandmother, who always loved the park but was suffering memory loss. And this first song takes place at the historic band shell on the mall in Central Park, where for decades the Goldman Band presented free concerts all summer long, 4 nights a week, playing a different program each of the 4 nights of the week. And so this song is a tribute to them. Summer nights in Central Park, we gather as it's getting dark to hear a concert free to one and all. Mr. Goldman leads the band, and if you're late, you'll have to stand as throngs of music lovers fill the mall. Play us some music, Mr. Goldman. Play a program that's a mix of old and new. Give us classics by a master, then to make our hearts beat faster, we can liven things up by playing a march or two. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Play us some music, Mr. Goldman, with your 64 musicians blowing strong. Those at our toes are tapping, we'll restrain ourselves from snapping. Though it's hard to keep them on, we will try not to hum along. I heard you play on Sunday, so I came again on Monday. And to my surprise, the program was all brand new. Then on Wednesday and on Friday, twice again your band made my day with a new set of songs each evening that thrilled me through. How do you do it? Play us some music, Mr. Goldman. It's the universal language we are told. Here in every measure, a new syncopated treasure. So wave your wand and turn that brass to gold. Musicians, take a stand, and we'll gladly give a hand. Let's hear it for the Goldman Band. So from their perch high atop Belvedere Castle, our young cousins can look over the ramparts and see the Delacorte Theater, the beautiful open-air theater in which they present free Shakespeare plays all summer long in Central Park. They've been doing it for 60 years, and that's what this song is about. There is art in the park, in the heart of the park, where the beautiful open-air stage, where by day they rehearse in pentameter verse the best words ever put on a page. Then on midsummer nights they don doublets and tights to return to an earlier age. For no diamond outshines the unparalleled lines of the master, the playwright, the sage. I mean Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. Hearken Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. In our Manhattan garden, our forest of Arden, the moon casts a silvery gleam. With a spell that's mistaken, desires awaken. It's all a midsummer night's dream, as you like it, by Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. Hist, it's Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. In a story more gruesome, a terrible twosome puts all of their rivals to death. So they get what they wanted, except that they're haunted. It's all in the tale of the Scottish play written by Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. Zoons, it's Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. Lots of Henrys and Richards and Edwards locked horns. The wars of the roses were littered with thorns. It's hard to keep track of who's who in the game when more than one character has the same name. If you need to be freed from the maze, I can jot down each plot in a phrase. In the interest of time, while retaining the rhyme, I can crop the synopses away. There are tricks played by fairies that everyone marries. Of course, a Midsummer Night's Dream. Danish prince pretends madness, it all ends in sadness. For Hamlet, the play was supreme. How an envious quorum spills blood in the forum. March 15th was not Caesar's day. First their balcony roommates, then premature tombmates. In short, where there's will, there's a play. R&J. Come see Juliet, Beatrice, Rosalind, Viola, Portia, Miranda, and Kate. Come see Romeo, Benedict, Ferdinand, Florizel. Come on, let's make it a date. Petruchio taming, or tamed by a shrew. Cesario, Ganymede, no one saw through. Sebastian, Antonio, which they both knew. Lysander, Demetrius, Hermia, Helena, Valentine, Sylvia. Listen, I'm telling ya, handsome Mark Antony loved you know who. And all's well that ends well. There's me and there's you. Watching Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. Soft in Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare out under the stars. For disguises, romances, surprises, and glances were well met by moonlight, a most opportune night, where thousands have fancied to witness the transit of heavenly Venus and Mars. All by Shakespeare, only Shakespeare. Come see Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, an 11-day wonder. It's Shakespeare out under the stars.
Well, that's how you start a show. Let's give another round of applause. So we'll have John Kelley and Ezekiel Kelley. John Kelley on cello and Ezekiel on piano, playing Swan by Charles-Camille Saint-Saens. to our great delight, we get Ezekiel Kelley playing Gigue from Partita No. 1 by Johann Sebastian. Two of Ingrid Hass's students. So, good work, Teach.
They make me look good.
So, our next performer is the wonderful, magnificent Cecilia Hass. And she will be playing Partita Sarabande by Johann Sebastian. I would like to invite up on stage the wonderful Ingrid Ole Hass to join her daughter to play Lover's Waltz by J. Ungar and Molly East.
So this starts off very simple, so don't think we're just playing the same thing. It gets more interesting. Hopefully I'll be able to do this.
few words. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. It really means so much to us. I'm not going to get sappy because I have to sing. I would like to, first of all, introduce Elliott Chamberlin, who is going to play for us. He's playing really good for us. Your friend, who is a wonderful musician at our church. We moved to Greenbelt, how many years ago? 27 years ago. I was just realizing we're having our 29th anniversary this month. We look so young, don't we? Yeah. In fact, Ola's hair is coming in dark and curly. Anyway, all that to say, Greenbelt has always been amazing. And I mean, this event is pretty amazing too. I don't think when we moved here, we thought we'd be standing here like this. This is one of the first songs that we ever sang together. 1992, we sang together this song. And I wanted to, oh my gosh, I wanted to translate it for you because it's in German. So it says, as truly as the sun shines, as truly as the clouds cry, as truly as the flame flickers, as truly as the spring blooms, so truly have I felt when I embraced you. You love me like I love you. The sun may stop shining and the clouds may not cry anymore, the flame won't flicker anymore, the spring may not bloom, but we want to entwine ourselves and always feel that you love me like I love you. So you'll hear du liebst mich, which is I love you. Is that good? That's the German.
Sprich
That's really amazing to see out of you. I meant to say a little bit about my cancer. I didn't want to say anything drastic. It says it was brain cancer. I've been living with CLL, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, for 13 years, 12 years, and that's somewhat manageable. And it's only for the last 2 years that I've turned into something much more sinister and much harder to manage. I don't know. Thank you.
I would like to welcome back to the stage Johann Kelley, who will be playing the piano for us to play Wedding Day at Troldhaugen by Edvard. Friends and family, I would like to invite to the stage Greenbelt's Sarah Garcia.
The first piece I am going to sing is called Stella Maris. Quite literally means in Latin, star of the sea, and speaks how shipmen would use the night sky's constellations to keep their ship on course. But what happens when the sky is clouded over and there is a storm tossing the boat about? They are lost and afraid and hold on for their lives. What relief to the shipmen when they identify the one star that can help them reorientate their ship back on course. The metaphor applies spiritually to the storms of our life. What do we look to be our guiding light? Stella Maris, in this case, is the great mother, Queen of Heaven, who guides us on course as we face these storms. As I sing this prayer, I invite you to pray in your own tradition and to hold the Hass family in the light, and that Stella Maris would draw them out of their current storm to health and stability and wholeness.
Felice, felice,
to invite to the stage Caitlin McGillen and Brian McGillen. They will be performing The Sweet Antique by John Bach. I would very much like to welcome back to the stage the incomparable Elliott Chamberlin. He'll be playing Intermezzo in A major, Opus 118, number 2, by Johannes Brahms. in the house together during the pandemic. They make a thing happen. So I'm very happy and honored to welcome on the stage Jim Heggie and Patty Boyd, known as Homeschool.
Thank you, Michael. It's great to see so many people here from Greenbelt, Maryland, a great place to call home. Friends and family. I can't imagine a better place. And I know a lot of people are here from far away, and so we have other homes. We call this our home, but we also long for other homes too. So we're going to play 3 songs that are about being far from home, that have the message, there's no place like home. The first is by a band named Styx. The song is called Boat on a River. It's actually written by a songwriter named Tommy Shaw, a member of the band, when he bought a mandolin. And he just wanted to write a song that featured a mandolin, and the song actually has universal resonance and meaning. People from all over the world reach out to Styx and Tommy Shaw to tell him that they really resonate with this song because of its themes of home and peace and tranquility and finding that thing that you long for. talents, including being a traveling Wilbury towards the end of his career. But this song was made very, very popular by Linda Ronstadt. It's called Blue Bayou. I feel so sad, I got worried mind. I'm so lonesome all the time. Since I left my baby behind on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine, looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come with me to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with their sails afloat, if I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. Wanna see my baby again, wanna be with some of my friends, maybe I'll feel better again on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine, looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come with me to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with their sails afloat, if I could only see that familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. With that boy of mine by my side, the silver moon in the evening tide. Oh, some sweet day, gonna take away this hurt inside. And I'll never be blue, my dreams come true on Blue Bayou.
We have one more song. We have a lot of space people in
Yeah, a lot of people being here.
and we thought we would entertain you with a song you know. Ground control, major time.
papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in the most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in my tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue and there's moonlight with Though I've crossed 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Ground control to Major Tom, your circuit's dead. There's something wrong, can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me? Floating on my tin can, far above the moon. Planet Earth is blue and
As Jim and Patty's neighbor, I will always be grateful for them for providing me with sanity-saving jam sessions socially distanced in my front yard during the COVID pandemic. I heard a lot of those songs go from first play to polished, so thank you both very much. Good night. Speaking of wonderful people who are saps to insanity, I am really pleased to invite up to the stage one of the most wonderful people in the Greenbelt music scene that I've ever met, the incomparable Melissa Saints.
There's been a lot of classical music. This is not that. So I started singing old time in the 1990s, and my first teacher was Sheila K. Adams, who recorded old time music back then and was the vocal coach for the movie Songcatcher. So if you've ever seen that, I did study with her in Elkins, West Virginia at Augusta Festival. So that started me off on the road to unaccompanied Appalachian ballad singing. So my West Virginia ancestors came to West Virginia about 100 years prior to the beginning of this song. When I first came to this country in 1849, I saw many Well, it's not this long journey I'm dreading for to go, or the country that I'm leaving, or the debts that I owe. There's only one thing that troubles my mind, that's leaving my darling pretty Sarah behind. Well, I wished I was a poet and could write some fine hand. I'd write my love a letter that she might understand, and I'd send it by the water where the islands overflow, and dream of my darling wherever I go. Well, I wished I was a turtle dove, had wings and could fly right now to my lover's lodgings. Tonight I draw nigh, and there in her lily white arms I'd lie there all night and watch them little windows for the dawning of the light. Thank you very much. This second one is from the singing of Merle Travis. My dad loved Merle Travis. We had this album back home. It was from 1956. The song's much earlier than that. It's called Possum Up in a Cemetery. Possum up in the cemetery, raccoon on the ground. Raccoon said, "You son of a gun, won't you shake them Simmons down?" Possum began to shaking, and Simmons began to fall. Raccoon said, "You son of a gun, I didn't want them all." Ooh, little Liza, pretty little girl, my Liza Jane. My Liza's pretty little girl, she went on a train. Oh, folks down in Georgia raising sugar cane, making a barrel of molasses to sweeten little Liza Jane. Her nose is like a cherry and her cherry's like a rose. How I love my pretty little gal, goodness gracious knows. Ooh, pretty little girl, my Liza Jane. My Liza's pretty little girl, she went on a train. Head like a coffee pot, her nose is like a spout. Mouth is like an old fireplace with the ashes all raked out. I went to see my Liza, she met me at the door. Shoes and stockings in her hand, her feet all over the floor. Woo! Pretty little girl, my Liza Jane. My Liza's pretty little girl, she went on a train. Woo! Pretty little girl, my Liza Jane. My Liza's a pretty little girl, but you can't get to heaven by riding on a train. In old time, you always have to have a train. So this one is called Kilkerry Mountain, or Whiskey in the Jar. So you might know this part. I learned it first from Peter, Paul, and Mary, and then from Metallica. As I was going over Kilkerry Mountain, I came on Colonel Farrell and her money she was counting. First I drew me pistols, and then I drew me rapier, saying, "Stand and deliver, for I am your bold deceiver, mushering-dum-dum-da." Whack fall the daddy-o, whack fall the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. She counted out her money, and it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket to take home to darling Johnny. He sighed and swore he loved me and never would deceive me. But the devil take that rascal boy, you know, he tricked me easy. Mushering-um-durum-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I went into me chamber, for to take me slumber, to dream of pretty laddies, and of course it was no wonder. Me Johnny took me chargers, and filled them up with water, and called on Colonel Farrell to make ready for the slaughter. Next morning early, afore I rose to travel, up came a band of soldiers, and likewise Colonel Farrell. I goes to draw me pistol, Johnny stole away with rapier, but a prisoner I was taken, I couldn't shoot the water. They put me into jail, with the judge on the writing, robbing Colonel Farrell up on Kilkerry Mountain, but they didn't take me fists, so I knocked the jailer down, and bid a farewell to this tight-fisted town. Mushering-um-durum-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I'd like to find my sister, the one who's in the army. I don't know where she's stationed, in Cork or in Killarney. Together we'd go roaming o'er the mountains of Kilkenny. I swear she'd treat me better than me darling sporting Johnny. Mushering-um-durum-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.
Friends and family, please join me in welcoming to the stage John and Gardner as Transatlantic Crossing.
I wasn't going to say anything, but just want to thank you all for coming. It's great to see such a great crowd. We have a few tunes for you. I know it's getting late, so we'll just play them fast. But anyway, thank you so much for coming.
were in the British Isles and then what they became when they came over to the United States. And that set included songs from both the United States and from the north of England, where we actually met more than 30 years ago, and also one from Ireland. We're now going to do a couple of rags. one more set, and then we're going to bring everybody on up for our final song, which you will join us with. But this is Silver Spire, Time of the Tartar, and Devil Among the Tailors. Performers to come on up to the stage.
So friends and family, for our final act of the night, we would like all of the performers to come to the stage, and we would like all of you to join us in voice as we sing together one wonderful world.
The words are in your program.
Yes, the words are back in the program. And while we're getting set up here, again, I want to echo again, so thank you all so very much for coming tonight. Your support for the Hass family is greatly appreciated. And if you would share the means by which you can do that with your friends far and wide, it would be greatly appreciated, and it would make a difference. So thank you all again very much.